The time has come. We are starting the 2004 Toyota Celica GTS 6-speed manual turbo. We've completed the install. We went over everything. It looks amazing. Look at this. Awesome. From turbokits.com. We even reinstalled some of the engine plastics. We have oil in here. We have transmission fluid in here. We have the AEM FIC controller right here plugged into the OEM wire harness. All the charge pipes are installed all the way through. And then of course we got the turbo on the back side. You guys saw me install that. All vacuum lines are hooked up. Let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna open up the garage door and we're gonna start it. In this video, what I wanna do is start the car. Hopefully it sounds good. Look for any leaks for oil, coolant. Put a wheel on. I got one wheel already on. Put another wheel on. And then I kind of just want to back it out of the garage and put it out in the driveway. See if I can get it driving a little bit. I'm very excited. So let's just jump right into it. Let's start the Toyota Celica GTS. First start. Let's do it. Okay, let's open up the garage a little bit. Get that fresh air. I'll grab the keys. We'll unlock it, and here we go. I have the battery connected. Clutch in. Here we go. I did put a little bit of gas in here, about 1 gallon. So the bars are on here. Here we go. Wow! It is so loud. Great car. The Celica's been running for about 5 minutes. It's sounding good. It's quieting down a little bit. Let's go see what the idle's at. 1400 RPMs. Can you guys see that? 1400 RPMs. I will want to get gas, but I don't have headlights. So I put the other wheel on. This one's spinning freely. And then I put the other STI wheel on. Let's go ahead and remove this off jacks. Open up the garage the whole way. And back it out. This is crazy. Let's do it. All right, the race car is officially on the ground. Look at that thing. That is amazing. Let's put the mirrors out. I haven't driven this in like 6 months. That's where it's idling at. Pretty good. I'll take that. It's fully warmed. It sounds like a straight up race car. It sounds awesome. Listen to how healthy that is. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna have to angle it out so we don't hit the garage door, but we're ready to back this thing out. Let's back it out. sucker that new axle's not happy. It's kind of pulling on it. I'll try to go back. We'll see. Celica's so fast it did a burnout on the way out of the driveway. Oh my gosh, this thing looks mean. So the rear wheel, I think it's this one, is seized. I washed the car on the rotor, so I'm just gonna drive it around to see if I can get it to break loose. But you can see it's it's doing a burnout in the driveway. That is funny. Man, this thing sounds amazing. So you can see that the rotor's moved here. I'm gonna put a little grease on it, and that rotor's moved. The car's been sitting so long, but oh my gosh, look at this race car. Yep, this is my favorite car. I mean, an Evo is cool and all, but look at this thing. This is the sexiest car ever. Oh, I love it. TurboKits.com, you guys are amazing. The idle's pretty good too. I'm not mad with the idle at all. It's pretty good. It's pretty amazing. And again, we are running on the STI MAF, the larger MAF air flow sensor. Car started right up, which is amazing. So I'm gonna try to just drive it back and forth to break that loose, to get that wheel loose. This is the coolest looking car ever. This thing looks awesome. It's sitting at 900 RPM, really nice. So I'm gonna try to just break that rear wheel loose. I don't recommend washing your car for having sit with the water on there for 8 months or whatever it's been sitting in the garage. The brake got stuck. guys, look at this idle. That idle that's like OEM idle. That is awesome. All right, just a little bit of, just the neighbors are not gonna be happy, but that's why we live out in the middle of nowhere. Oh yeah! All right, Gabriel, you have to go up to the front real quick and listen to it. That is awesome! Awesome. That's pretty cool, Gabriel.
It is pretty cool, honey.
Sorry I ruined the driveway. Oh, that is awesome! Awesome sauce.
Is it awesome?
That's pretty cool, guys. All right, you gotta do my thumbnail. Alright guys, obviously a massive success, super awesome, very happy. What we're going to do now is, I think I'm going to put the headlights on for the next video, and then it needs gas. And then I did zip tie the fenders and cut them a little bit where the turbo is, the fenders. I cut the splash guards. See that right there? I cut that. I don't know if I showed that in the video. I got zip ties holding the fender up there so that we can actually just drive it around a little bit without rubbing anything, or have it, hopefully not having your e-brake stick like that was. We need new vacuum line. The vacuum line on some of the parts is too small, so I gotta order a little bit more vacuum line. I gotta make sure the headlight fits in here. I might have to tuck that away. But overall, huge success. Make sure to use plumber's tape, and I should have showed you guys this. Use plumber's tape on the oil pressure sending line. I did not, and I did the same thing with the MR2, and the whole thing leaks, and I had to retake it apart. I actually have it right here where it says oil leak, so I need to chop that off because I fixed that. All you have to do is literally buy some tape like this, thread tape, plumber's tape, whatever you want to call it, and it'll hold the oil in and not leak. And then the other thing is, I think I do have a coolant leak from where one of the things I cut, so I'll have to tighten those back up. Usually the clamps just need tightened down. It says that in the turbokits.com instructions to retighten everything down. Same thing happened with my MR2. On the MR2, the actual manifold kind of wiggled loose. So I had to retighten all those down. This one I really torqued down the manifold to the right specs, so the manifold will hold on. After we get the headlights on and then take it for a drive to go get gas, I will reinstall the front bumper, and then once the front bumper is reinstalled, we will take it to get a custom exhaust mated. Here's the deal. If you made it to this far of the video, I want your help. It's loud. I mean, it's race car loud right now. Do you guys, should I leave it this way and have a 3-inch all the way to the back? It will quiet it down a little bit because it has to run through the whole exhaust, but it'll still be loud. Now on the car, I currently do have the TRD that is not connected to it. Should I have the TRD cut and mated to the 3-inch in there, and then it'll go into the TRD and then out? Or should I just do 3-inch all the way through? So really comment down below if you made it this far. Let me know what you guys should think. I could always have the exhaust made with 3-inch and then end up putting the TRD, or put the TRD and then end up having that cut off and do the straight 3. So I think I'm gonna start with the TRD, and if it's too quiet and not making enough cool noises, we'll go back. But cars like these, the turbo BOVs and whatnot, all sound good enough They really do sound good enough to just not have the loudest exhaust because you get all the turbo noises. So comment down below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this build series. It is hard, it is a lot of work. You can do this and use my build series, like I promised to do this for you guys. Use my build series to help guide you through your trials and tribulations as you install a turbo kit on either a Celica GTS or MR2 SPYDER. Thank you again to turbokits.com for an awesome product. I really enjoy this product. They've been selling this thing for 20 years. It's good, it's tried, it's tested. And then yeah, of course, we'll probably do a dyno and all that. So I'm really excited. Like, subscribe, we'll be back doing the first drive next. See you guys soon. Bye.